Okay, so we're here in Macau. So we're going to be talking about the differences between Macau and Hong Kong today. So similarities and differences, but we'll focus on differences first, since that might be more interesting to the viewer. Okay. Go check out the room. Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and hit the like button. Okay, so today we're going to be comparing Macau and Hong Kong. This is, by the way, this is of course Macau. This is kind of a lookout. It's you can overlook the casinos in this area. So we'll start right off with the most obvious one. One is casinos. So what's the big difference between the two cities? This has all these casinos here that are, you know, brought in, and well, they started from Dr. Stanley Ho, which he just passed away yesterday as of this video, May 26. Today's May 27. And these casinos, some of them are American owned, and there's lots of foreigners here, but this is definitely one of the biggest ones. So I would say that that's the most obvious one, but you probably want to get into more specifics beyond that. Yeah, actually this is a nice little park that overlooks this part of Macau called Taipa. And this is kind of this beautiful, this used to be all reclaimed land. This is reclaimed land. It used to be all ocean. So they're constantly building stuff in Taipa. That might be one of the big differences between the two, actually. Macau is just constantly building, so you can see construction almost everywhere. So if we look into the skies, we can see construction cranes over there, construction cranes over there, and you know, basically there's a lot of space to construct. And actually they're talking about way over the distance, you can see those. This is all Taipa. This is all part of Macau. Most of the taller buildings are on the Macau side. That's going to be one of the similarities, but then those buildings in the distance, in that kind of cloudy day today, rainy, cloudy day, that's called Zhuhai. That's called Hengqin. So that's going to be, they might expand Macau almost 3 times the size. They're talking about, you know, extending the train line that way. They just built a train here. So so that's almost entirely under construction. So they're almost like building a new, they are building a new city, basically, Hengqin, and I think it's going to be part of Macau. They're still debating the legalities of that, of what it's going to be. I heard that they're going to use MOP, patakas, the Macau currency, and they might use a Macau business law as well. So so that's so basically one of the big differences in Macau is just the, you know, the amount of construction. Like Hong Kong is more or less built out, I think. I mean, I'm sure they're still always constructing things like they are everywhere, but the degree of construction here is it's pretty unbelievable, actually. So actually we're gonna just do some walking. This is a beautiful park, so we can walk all the way up into that space too, and you can overlook the airport there. So so I guess that goes to one of the other big differences. So we had casinos, construction was number 2. Number 3 would be how small Macau is. So you can actually get to the airport. I can be in the airport, I can overlook the airport from the top of this. And basically almost anywhere you are in Macau, you can get to the airport within, probably the farthest distance would probably be like 25 minutes maybe, if you're way up in the northern part of Macau. The airport here is in Taipa, and the Taipa is, there's basically a bridge that connects Macau and Taipa. It's all Macau. And then later they might extend it to that Hengqin Island over there where all the construction is at. Hengqin Island is basically part of Zhuhai, and it's changing quite a bit. So so yeah, but the size of Macau is still like significantly smaller than Hong Kong. It's not even close. So so size-wise, it's much smaller here. I'm gonna go into one of the similarities. One of the similarities is we have skyscrapers everywhere. So I won't count the similarities, but I'll just kind of reference them from time to time. And then you also have some hiking paths, especially over in this Taipa area. And then Hengqin, I think, is going to have a large number of walking areas and kind of going up and down mountains, and ecological zone over there as well. There's one over here too. But I think in general, though, I would say that Hong Kong has much more mountains and much higher amount of beaches, and a lot of it is because the land space is so much bigger. So so there's this, you know, you have so many islands there. I guess that might be number 4, difference number 4. Hong Kong has a lot of water rights all around to connect all those islands. We'll just kind of show you stuff while we're going downhill right now. and this nice platform to walk down. So there's all these islands in, actually you can hear all the birds, and it's actually quite pleasant to walk around. And Macau, Hong Kong has water rights, so Macau doesn't have any water rights. China owns all the water rights, so we don't really have like ports where people park their boats. I mean, we have ferries that go in and out of Macau for sure, and people can use those. I mean, on a commercial basis to use international waters, but you can't buy a boat and dock it somewhere in Macau. So that might be that would be number 4. There's no water rights for people living in Macau. It's actually, you'll see a lot of times little fishing boats that are in between the two, and they're always from China, I believe. I guess if a Macau person, they'd have to have China residency rights to use that water in that way. I'm not 100% sure. It's pretty cool though. So yeah, let's just kind of take a look in here. So yeah, that's the trail that we're on, and all these beautiful trees. Actually, this part kind of reminds me of Hong Kong, because Hong Kong has a lot of mountains with spaces to get into the trees a little bit. Actually, these tall buildings too also remind me a little bit. Okay, let's see, another big difference that I've always heard from people that live in Hong Kong is the people in Macau are way more chill. And that's almost in every capacity. So the foreigners, you know, they're not like Hong Kong attracts the biggest and brightest and the ambitious and the has the most financially lucrative. It's actually pretty financially lucrative here too. But there, you know, you're part of the finance world. Actually, by the way, they might do that over here in Heng Chin Island. They're talking about creating it into more of a financial capital and encouraging more investments and money floating around between China and Macau and the Portuguese and Spanish-speaking world. So I don't know, we might see that in the future, but at this particular time, all the major wealth and financial centers are all in Hong Kong, of course, not here. So you just kind of have this bigger drive, and usually when you're in Hong Kong, there's more of this, you know, what do? You know, what's your job? You know, why are you working here? And that's, I heard that's the same among Chinese as well. They actually have the same values like that. That's what I've heard. Where here it's just really chill. So so people, especially I'll go into the local community, which is significantly different. In Hong Kong, students, you know, they're trying to compete on an international scale. You know, they're going to have to deal with, you know, people from all over the world trying to get these good jobs in Hong Kong. So the students are trying to compete on that level. But in Macau, there's a lot of protectionism. So they really strongly protect the locals here, and which is good for locals. But on the other hand, there's like very little incentive for them to study hard or to be competitive. And they're pretty much guaranteed to get casino jobs, and the casinos jobs, depending on how you view it, you know, you know, you don't have to have a lot of intellect you just basically have to just do the job, right? You know, good customer service and anyways, that's another big difference is, and also when you go to bars here, there's a bigger Portuguese community and definitely Chinese community too. The Chinese that are living here, they'll socialize differently than the Portuguese. I think in Hong Kong, I get the feeling that they're kind of mixed a lot more. So if I go to pubs over there or bars, you know, there'll be like a big mix of, here there is too, but generally they don't really drink that much here. So so there's not that many bars, and they're usually more connected to the casinos and tourism. And then the other bars are kind of like expat bars that, you know, people that are living and working here, but they're really laid back. So that's probably, so chilled out people is another big difference. Another big difference between the two is in Hong Kong, people always talk about how Hong Kong destroyed all the old neighborhoods, and I guess that's probably true. I don't know. I don't know what Hong Kong used to be like, so I have no idea. I only know what it's like now. But here you have all these you know, plazas everywhere and little like the Portuguese influence in it, because it's such a small area. You know, it's like really established already. So there's all these little plazas, or I can't imagine them ever disappearing. You know, like a lot of people actually, you know, really value those little plazas, like they're kind of in the middle of different places. So so people usually talk about how Macau has more people friendly, more pedestrian friendly, and even though there's a really high density of people here, you don't really feel it. I think it's one of the densest places in the world, I think it's yeah, I guess it would be more dense than Hong Kong, but it doesn't have that feeling. But when I'm in Hong Kong, I can feel the density of people, because usually we're all trying to walk down the same streets all the time, and it just feels like it. But here, I don't get that feeling at all. It's quite laid back and relaxed. Let's see, what else? What are some other differences between Hong Kong and here? The British and Portuguese. So what's that, number 5, number 6? So so basically, those things combine to create a different kind of atmosphere. So Hong Kong had the long-term British influences, and I think that's kind of yeah, there's just little things that I don't even know how to describe it. Because the Portuguese were here, they kind of had a different way of governing. So it's just like more laid back. It's a little bit, takes a little bit more time to do things. They seem to be more agreeable. I don't know if it's a Portuguese thing or what it is, but in, you know, Hong Kong is like fighting for their sovereignty and their independence, and their, I don't know about independence, but their sovereignty. They want to be able to you know, protect their city in the way that they want to organize and run it. Where it seems like Macau is more willing to let China do that for whatever reason. It just seems to be the reality. So that's probably another big difference between the two. It's a pretty nice place just to sit back and relax. So maybe we'll do that. We'll just kind of sit back. So I think, actually, I don't want the video to be too excessively long, so maybe I'll just end it right there. It's actually a really beautiful view. You can see that there's a woman in a white dress, and looks like they're getting ready to do some kind of cool photography. That beautiful orange tree over there. Really nice picture. So anyways, those are some of the major differences between Hong Kong and Macau, and you know, even just me just sitting here, it's kind of a nice laid back feeling. So probably similarity wise, so there's high cost of living between both. So I would say probably in general there's more similarities than there are differences. But anyways, let's just end it right there with this beautiful tree, and yeah, make sure you add some comments and kind of let me know what you want to hear about. Especially, it'd be interesting for me to compare more of both cities, because people in Macau, they usually go to Hong Kong probably way more than Hong Kong people come to Macau, just because of the you know, Hong Kong just has just such a bigger city, of course, so it just has everything on an extremely large scale compared to here. But we have everything here in a small scale. So that goes back to that difference of a smaller place. Okay, let's just end it right there. So yeah, create some comments down below. Get me in the algorithm if you do, and we'll create a little discussion and community, and it'd be interesting to compare more about the two cities of Macau and Hong Kong. Chiquinha, chiquinha.